video is being uploaded using NOMAD INTERNET, our choice for internet on the go. Our adventures in Arizona continue.
Today we are in Clarkdale, Arizona, which is just right outside of Cottonwood, and we are going to go on the Verde Canyon Railroad.
So if you like trains, sorry I lost my train of thought there. See what I did there?
What you did.
So tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and they run a special Valentine's Day train.
It's called the Chocolate Lover, so we get some chocolate and some champagne and all kinds of good stuff while enjoying this beautiful train ride.
All of the train cars are named after various cities here in Arizona. You have like Cottonwood, Jerome, Wickenburg.
Which is the train we are going to be riding on, the Wickenburg train. The train ride is about 3.5 hours long, so we go out into the canyon and then back. But we're really excited and we're hoping to see some beautiful views and even some wildlife.
We did grab a quick bite to eat at the Copper Spike Cafe. You can order food there ahead of time and bring it with you on the train, or you can just eat there. We opted to eat there because we're going to have some chocolate and actually some cupcakes as well. Since we do have a little bit of time before we board the train, they do have a little train museum here, and we're gonna go in and I don't know, get our train history on.
So it's a cute little museum. It's actually in an old railroad car. They've got some displays of some different stuff, but one of the cool things here is all these old lanterns that they have. And I don't know if you knew, but it used to be that the only way for the engineer and the brakeman to communicate was using these lanterns.
Did you really know that before today?
No, I read it on the sign. That's what museums are for, so you can learn things.
Now, while Sandy is fascinated by the lanterns, I'm actually fascinated by old, creepy mannequins. It seems like it never fails. Anytime you're in a museum like this, there is always, almost always, a creepy mannequin figure somewhere. And this place has two. One's a hobo, and the other one's name is Woody.
He's the engineer.
He's the engineer. Here at the station, there's a ton of informational signs, most of it concerning wildlife we might see on the way. I'm pretty excited about the wildlife, but knowing my luck, I never get to see wildlife. So hopefully if I see some, you're gonna see some as well. So the locomotive for today's train ride is an electric diesel, not the steam locomotives like back in the day, but I love trains of all shapes and sizes, so this locomotive looks pretty cool and I think it's gonna be a good time.
So this whole train ride trip is basically our Valentine's Day gift to ourselves. We really prefer to do things and have experiences for our holidays and stuff like that. So that's why we're kind of doing this, so we can kind of celebrate our Valentine's Day. But a cool little fact, did you know that Arizona is known as the Valentine's State? And the reason for that is Arizona actually became a state on February 14th, 1912.
Fun facts with Sandy.
Excited to ride the train today? Yeah, nice, me too. Yeah. Great, perfect.
On aboard!
We boarded the train and quickly found our cozy little love seat for our journey. Waiting for us were cupcakes, a box of chocolates, and a snack pack. And before the train started to move, we were served champagne so we could toast the start of our journey. The real treat was the open-air car, complete with an attendant to answer any questions that we had. The train follows the Verde River Valley, along the Verde River itself, all the way to the small ghost town of Perkinsville. The rail line was originally created to carry Copper Ridge ore. But these days, the real treasure are these beautiful scenic views.
That train ride was really cool. There are beautiful, beautiful views of the Verde Canyon and the Verde River. I don't know, I just love being out there in nature. There's nothing else around out there, you know?
And it's just you, the sound of the train on the tracks, and just these gorgeous views.
Yeah. So after riding the awesome train yesterday, we wanted to come back this morning and explore the little town of Clarkdale a bit. So first stop was Violette's Bakery Cafe.
And patisserie.
Does it say that?
Yeah. They make pastries.
They make pastries.
Since I can't pronounce it.
So we were a little bit hungry, so we came over here, and this was a little surprise because it's not a big little town. It makes sense, trust me. But it's not a very big town, so there's not a whole lot down here, really. This place is amazing. We got some pastries. There was a croissant with like caramel on it, and then the walnut strawberry.
Pecan
Pecan and strawberry little thing. Then they have some amazing sandwiches, and I got like a croissant sandwich with some egg and bacon on it. And what did you get?
I got the tartine du chef, which had caramelized onions, which were incredible, by the way. Really tender roast beef with cheese melted on top, as well as an arugula side salad, which actually blew me away because the side salad, even though it consisted of arugula, it wasn't bitter at all.
It was actually really tasty. I had a bite of it myself, and it was delicious. And I also had this butterfly latte. It's a latte, it's non-caffeinated, but it's made out of the butterfly pea flour. So they basically grind the flour down into tea and make this like blue concoction that is actually delicious.
It kind of tastes like a not as spicy chai.
Very mild, like there's very mild spice.
But it's absolutely delicious.
It is. So if you're looking for a really cute little cafe to have breakfast or lunch, this is it. And then you can head kitty corner across the street, which is our next destination. We are headed to check out the Copper Art Museum since...
We're in Clarkdale, and that's what put this place on the map. So,
I think we were going to the same place with this. Arizona is known as the Copper State, in addition to the Valentine State, which we told you yesterday.
I know what you may be thinking. You're like, Jed, Sandy, a copper museum, really? Well, this place supposedly has over 5,000 pieces of art on display. Pieces from Western Europe and North America. They even have pieces dating back to 3500 BC. It's located in the old Clarkdale High School, which it's a really pretty building. I don't know if this looked like this back in the day, but I didn't go to a high school that looked anything like close to as pretty as this building is.
One of the first things we noticed outside is there was I don't know if it was a painting or some type of work of art out there that had a female symbol on it, and we were kind of wondering why there was the female symbol. And then this here actually talks about it. So this is copper versus iron. Copper is seen as more feminine and iron is seen as more masculine. But did you know that women have 20% more copper in their body than men do? And men have 30% more iron in their bodies than women. That's crazy.
It is crazy. So you're saying that we can smelt people down and...
turn them into copper?
Yeah.
Yeah. Women.
So the current room that we're in is the military art room. So it has all these beautiful brass shell casings. Like, they are super ornate. Never seen shell casings like this before.
So you may be wondering why a copper museum is here in Clarkdale, Arizona. Well, William Clark was a very prominent figure in the copper industry here in Arizona. So the town is actually named after him, Clarkdale. And so Jerome up on the hill was actually the mining community where they mined all the copper, and then they brought it down here and they smelt it. And Clark, Mr. Clark, also created the railway here, which we just rode. Basically, it was kind of how it just kind of brought the whole shebang together. I don't know.
So Mr. Clark smelt it and dealt it?
He smelt it and dealt it.
That's a terrible joke.
That's a horrible joke.
So I'm super excited because this is the biggest star we've had on our channel thus far. That's right, even Lady Liberty is made of copper, and that's where she gets that beautiful green patina from being out in the weather.
One of the coolest things about this museum is that they encourage you to actually touch things if it's not in like a glass closure or anything like that. So they have all these old frying pans and stuff here. Look at that. It's super heavy though.
Copper's a great conductor of heat.
Yeah.
And electricity.
It's heavy. Oh yeah. That's why we have electricity, y'all.
That's right. There would be no electric slide without copper. Just to add to the versatility of the use of copper, it also has antimicrobial properties. And they estimate if hospitals switch to all copper services, hospital-acquired infections would be cut in half. It's pretty crazy. I have to say that I am thoroughly impressed by the Copper Museum.
It's really well done. It's one of the best museums I've seen in quite a long time. I mean, they have an amazing collection. It's very well curated. I loved it.
Yeah, it was absolutely fascinating looking at all the uses of copper throughout history. And copper's just a naturally beautiful, shiny metal. So, and I like shiny
So it's
things.
a beautiful museum just because of all the beautiful pieces of art and even like the cookware and all that stuff. It's just so pretty.
Yeah, super cool. And for those of us who are a little older, you know, it kind of brings back memories of when copper dishes and pots and were actually pretty common.
Or when they used to mix like all these metals in with the glassware and created these beautiful colors like reds from gold, and tin gives you the whites, and the copper will give you the greens and blues and stuff. It's very cool to see a lot of that too.
Really hope that you enjoyed coming along with us on the train and the Copper Museum.
Be sure to hit that like button if you like the button, and the subscribe button, because we have lots more adventures coming up here in Arizona. We are going to be checking out Cottonwood next door. We're going to go up to Jerome to check that out, Prescott, and then we'll be heading to Sedona as well.
All right, so that's going to do it for now. And until next time, stay wonderful.
Call it a day.